Good morning to all. Today I am going to take class about lasers and its applications. See, this slide shows the contents of today class. First, let us see introduction. Laser means it stands for light amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation. This laser light is highly directional, highly intense, highly monochromatic and highly coherent optical sources. The three important principles in the laser light is absorption, stimulated emission and spontaneous emission. This stimulated emission was first postulated by Einstein in 1917. In 1960, ruby laser, that ruby laser is a solid state laser. It is developed by Maiman. And in 1961, the helium neon laser, that is a gas laser, developed by Ali Jevon and others in Bell Telephone Laboratory. First, we see the basic principle of laser: absorption, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. See this figure. The first one shows the absorption process, and next one is spontaneous emission process, and the last one is stimulated emission process. First, what is meant by stimulated absorption? And the stimulated absorption means the process of exciting the atom to the higher energy level by means of absorbing the photon, incident photon. That incident photon is the stimulating incident photon. So the atom absorbs the stimulating incident photon and then excites to the higher energy level. That process is known as stimulated process, stimulated absorption of radiation process. And next one is spontaneous emission process. Spontaneous emission means the atom in the excited state return to its lower energy level by itself. That is known as spontaneous emission process. And then next one is stimulated emission process. Stimulated emission means the excited atom, after getting stimulated by the incident photon, and then transits to the lower energy level by emitting some photons. That is known as stimulated emission of radiation. Then kinds of laser. There are several kinds of laser, but among them the various kinds of lasers are some important, and that important types of lasers are solid state laser, gas laser, liquid laser, dye laser and semiconductor laser. In that in your syllabus you have solid state laser, gas laser and semiconductor laser. First, we see the ruby laser. Ruby laser is solid state laser. So this figure shows the important components in the ruby laser. The components are the power supply switch and polished aluminum reflecting cylinder and 100% 95% reflective mirror. That reflective mirror acts as a optical resonator cavity, and quartz flash tube, ruby crystal. These are the important components in the ruby laser. The construction is in ruby laser cylindrical ruby rod. That rod is made up of aluminum oxide. That aluminum oxide is doped with 0.05% weight of chromium oxide. So one end of the rod is fully silvered and the other one is partially silvered. So one is fully silvered and the other is partially silvered, means that acts as an optical resonator. And then the rod is surrounded by a glass tube. Then and again surrounded by the helical flash lamp. That lamp is filled with a xenon gas. This is the important construction in the ruby laser. The working function is when the flash lamp light will be flashed on the ruby rod, means the chromium ions excited to the higher energy states, and it stays some time in the higher energy state, and after some time, that is 10 power minus 8 seconds, it return to the metastable state. So in that in between the metastable state and the lower energy state, we can achieve the laser light radiation of wavelength 6943 angstrom, and the laser emission is pulsed 1. This is the working principle behind the ruby laser. The next one is helium neon laser. This helium neon laser is gas laser. This figure shows the important components in the gas laser, helium neon laser: cathode, anode, output coupler, high reflector, helium neon gas reservoir, and then laser board tube. It is surrounded by the glass envelope. These are the important components in the helium neon laser. And the construction is this helium neon laser consists of large and narrow discharge tube that is filled with helium and neon gases. Both are in the ratio 10:1. The tube is enclosed between fully and partially reflective mirrors, so that acts as a optical cavity, optical resonator. The two end windows are set at Brewster's angles because the reflected radiations are polarized. So this is the important in construction. Then working function is helium atoms after transferring their energy to the neon atoms. When the helium atoms transferring the energies to the neon atoms goes to the excited state, that is 2s and 3s states. The population in the excited state is more than the lower energy state. The lower energy levels are 2p and 3p states. Then the light radiation emits in between the 3s and 2p states and 2s and 2p states of wavelength 6328 angstrom, that is red in color, and it gives a continuous emission of laser light radiation. This is the working function behind the helium neon laser. And then applications of laser. There are several applications of laser in communication. Optical fiber communication laser bandwidth is very high compared to the radio and microwave communication. This laser communication, lasers in communication has large bandwidth. More amount of data can be sent, and more channels can be simultaneously transmitted, and also used in other communication also. Then in industry, laser can be used to blast holes in diamonds and hot steel, and lasers can cut, drill, weld and remove the metal from the surfaces, and perform these operations even at surfaces inaccessible by mechanical methods. And also laser range finder is used to measure distance to making maps by surveyors. The important application is medical application, laser in medical science. Organ and CO2 lasers are used in treatment of liver and lungs, and a new kind of laser surgery that uses molecules to stitch together wounds. And then CO2 laser, that it is particularly used in spinal and brain tumor excision and kidney stone extrusion. And lasers are used in the treatment of glaucoma. And important laser application in medical is eye treatment. The laser can also repair a detached retina, and it is very useful in removing the extraneous blood vessels that can form on the retina. See this figure, laser application in eye. This laser can make an opening in cloudy lens capsule to restore normal sight, and laser surgery can slow or stop the growth of abnormal blood vessels in the retina caused by diabetic retinopathy. And military. In military, laser beam can be bounced off a target such as an enemy airplane or ship, used to determine its distance and speed. And laser light can serve as a war weapon, and high energy lasers are being employed to destroy enemy aircrafts and missiles. Advantages of laser. Lasers are used to cut glass and drill holes in ceramics. Lasers are used for bloodless surgery and in destroying kidney stones and gallstones. Lasers are used to study the internal structure of microorganisms and cells. Lasers are used in air pollution to estimate the size of the dust particles, etc. Does laser light have some disadvantages? The disadvantages are lasers are known to be dangerous to the atmosphere and health, and laser printers are very costly when compared to the other printers. When running the laser machine, small amount of ozone are generated which can damage the ozone layer. Some laser particles are also known to emit particles that may cause respiratory disease. Finally, I conclude this class. The important one is this laser light play an important role in the present technical world. Thank you.